Hello friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. My name is Crystal, and in today's video, I'm going to be working on my 12th story in my December daily album for 2020. So this story is all about our advent calendars for this year, and I'm actually today only going to be completing half of it because I have pictures taken for the 12 items that my husband is going to be opening up for his advent over the course of the next 12 days. I actually made him a craft beer advent, so every day he'll get to open one and drink that and hopefully let me take a few sips of it as well. So that is what I'm going to be working on today. The opposite side is going to document the advent calendar or the advent gifts that I'm getting from my sister, but I haven't received that yet, and I will be opening that over the course of the next 12 days. So what I will do is add the pictures in here. I already have my journaling done, and throughout the rest of this month, I will just print an additional picture, cut it out, and put it back in this page as well. So that way this gets completed by the time the album is completed at the end of the month. So without further ado, you know what, actually, before I speed you up, I should tell you that the basis of this page, so these diamond shapes that you see here, are each windows that open up, and that is where the photo is going to go for each of the different items. This was a page that I created in the Ali Edwards Product Play 4 workshop, and you can see the full process video for it there, in addition to some of the templates. I have cut files, and I also have PDF versions of the templates that I used to help me create this page out of journaling cards and pattern papers and transparencies and all different kinds of stuff in order to make this foundation page. So the actual photo portion of it for today is going to go really super quick. But I figured I would still put it in here that you guys might still be interested in seeing that come together, outside of the foundation page itself. So I will go ahead, put you on fast forward, get these cut out, put in the diamonds, and then I will read you the journaling once I have that all done, and then that will be it for today. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so what I'm going to do here is pop open my book and just take out the right-hand side of this spread because that's all I'm going to be working on for tonight. Then I printed all of these photos here, so there's the 12 different beers in I cropped them down to 2 inches wide by 3 inches tall. That is the size of those those diamonds. So once I get those all cut into their 2x3 shape, then I can take over the diamond template that I had made. So that is the piece that goes directly in the center of each of those window diamonds. I can take that and line it up on the photo itself, make sure that I have as much of that photo in there as possible, and then I can just trim off the corners to turn the pictures into that diamond shape. I will say that if you're creating a page like this, that I highly suggest keeping whatever the photo is that you want to go inside those as close to the middle as possible. With these, because the beer bottles are longer, I tried to make them as close to the center so that the neck of the bottle could go up into that upper portion of the diamond and still have most of the photo in there. I also put the tags next to them so I could keep the numbers of the beers in there too. So that is part of how I packaged the gift or the advent for Aaron. I put them in some like decorative paper type bags and then tied some twine around them with a stamped tag that I had made. So I have all of them there that are now trimmed out. I'm just going to add some roller adhesive, open up the windows, and stick those down inside of them. The ones on the top and the ones on the bottom both have a little tiny section of the point that sticks up, and I'm just going to trim that right off so that you can't see it. Again, the nice thing is there's nothing super important up in that teeny tiny point, so cutting it off doesn't really ruin the picture or anything. It's totally fine. And then I also have two that I will later have to hole punch because they are close to the side, like this one, and then there's one a little bit down from there. So I'm going to skip to the last one here. We're just going to stick this down on the bottom. And then this is where you can see that there are a few little points that stick off the bottom there that I will also trim off. And then we will go ahead and get everything hole punched and finish this page. So I'm just going to flip open all of the windows so you can see all of the different pictures in here, all of the different types of beers. I did get, if you're curious, I got a bunch of different like Christmassy type themed ones as far as I could find, and then a lot of darker beers because we like those, especially in the winter months. And then just some fun, like experimental ones. So I'm really excited to see what we think of all of these and, you know, to see what Erin thinks of all of them too. So I'm going to hole punch this thing and then we will stick it back in the album. My side will get completed over time, but this gives you an idea of what this spread is going to look like when it is all finished eventually. All right, you guys, that finishes the first half, at least, of this day 12 story. So like I said in the beginning, I will fill in the left-hand side of this page throughout the rest of the month, and then it will finish up the whole page by the time we are done with our December daily here. So this side will be filled with my pictures. On the back side of this little 3x8 transparency, I have this tag that just pulls right out from the twine that's holding the numbers on here. And my journaling just says, we've been finding so much joy in the little things this season, like these Advents. I've been so excited to make Haley's and Erin's and to receive my own from Haley. The joy of daily tiny gifts is just the best. So today there wasn't really a big long story I necessarily wanted to journal out, just a few little notes about finding joy in small things, which was my writing prompt for today. And then over here we've got the windows with all 12 of Erin's craft beers that he will be opening throughout the course of the rest of this December daily season. So if he lets me, hopefully, have sips of them, I'll let you guys know if there are any that we really super like. And that is that. So the other thing I want to mention is that I did not adhere this story to the backside of yesterday's story yet, because this is officially the end of volume 1 for my December daily this year. And it's very, very chunky. So if volume 2 ends up not being as full as this one, I may move this story to be the first one inside of that book. You can see that this one itself adds probably the most bulk, but because it is all folded triangles, they do smush together. So it can smush down, but it does create some bulk in here. So that might move to the other album. If it doesn't, then it will stay here. And the way I'm going to wrap up the end of this volume 1 is I created this this stamped quote as a foundation page from the Family Vacation movie. It's a Clark Griswold quote that says, "We're going to have the happiest Christmas." And then I stitched a line of green embroidery thread around the perimeter of that. So then this would adhere to the back of this side, and then this side would adhere to yesterday's story. Otherwise, the quote will go on the back of yesterday's story instead. So just so you can see how I am wrapping up this first half of my December daily. I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing this come together. I know it was quick and easy, super fast, because the foundation portion of this page took the most time and the most effort. And in fact, it was probably the most tedious page I made this entire season. But it was well worth it. So I hope that you enjoyed seeing the end result of the 1/2 side. And if you did, I would love a thumbs up down below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see all of the content I have coming your way in the future. Are you guys doing an Advent this year? Let me know in those comments down below. And I will then see you tomorrow for my story number 13. And until then, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.